Hi guys, bit of an update about the CBR 600F that sold, and it sold really quickly the other night. Someone rang it at 8 o'clock at night. They turned up half an hour later and loved it and bought it. So sadly I haven't got anything else to do on that one. On this video now I'm going to put up the costings and the what it cost to maintain and what I did to it and how much I made from that bike. This is a new project. Now I bought this from the same company, so I bought it with no information. That means I don't know if it's got a logbook or logbook coming. I don't really know if it's a runner. I haven't even pressed to see if the if it has any compression. I've literally saw the pictures and bought it, and we'll deal with whatever I come up against. So this is the new project. Now there are a good few issues on this bike. It obviously went down on the right side because the lever's bent. This panel's missing. This panel's wrecked. That's the fuel tank. I'm gonna have to look at that. The exhaust has completely snapped, which I'm actually still gonna try and repair. I don't really want to mess around with new exhausts on this one because this isn't going to make any money as it is. What else? The number plate needs changing. What's going on there? No lock on the back box. Back box is cable tied on. The side's not too bad, although the front brakes are binding and have very little tread, so it needs front brake blocks. It needs a front mud guard, and these stickers all need to be taken off with a hairdryer, and that's actually going to take a long time. Apart from that, I've not even switched the key to see if it has any battery. I'm going to give it a kick, see if there's any compression at all. Yeah. Doesn't feel great. I don't know if there's any electrics on it. Oh, it's got some battery. What I'm going to be doing, what's that horn? Needs a new horn switch. I can test some of the electrics actually while I'm waiting. Left. Nothing. Right. Nothing. Lights, nothing. Yeah, I don't know if the steering lock works. It does, that's good. I don't know if the rear seat opens, although the company have taped this invoice for the bodywork, which is a bit annoying. And there's a slip in there. That means I can either get a free logbook or one is already on its way. Let's see if the rear seat is locked. Good. I always like the rear seats to lock and unlock. It just winds me up when they don't, basically. Fuel sender looks wrecked. Fuel. Let's have a look. How do I get in there with the camera? It's empty. Can't smell any fuel, it's empty. Battery is tiny, I'm not sure if that's the right one. I'm going to be charging that tonight. And when I bought this a week ago on the internet, on eBay again. And I ordered some bits so that I can do them tomorrow. So tomorrow is going to be removing a bunch of stickers, ideally all of them. I have ordered that panel. That panel's ready. I've actually got this panel. I will be attempting to fix the exhaust as much as I can, and then I'll be painting it and de-rusting it. I'm gonna have to put some sort of I don't know what I can achieve there actually. I might even have a spare exhaust in the garage somewhere because I've worked on these bikes before. I've also ordered this lens, funny enough. So tomorrow I can get a lot of this bike done. I don't know if this opens. Nah, appears not. Oh. It would have been nice to have found a stash of money in there. Oh, black tape. No, no, we don't like tape. Yep, so lots to come on this tomorrow. I'll put the pricings up for the Honda CBR, and I'm sorry I didn't film it. Oh, I've just noticed it needs a speedo cable. That's a pain. I've actually also ordered the front mudguard already, which is good. So more to come tomorrow. I've done that typical thing I do where I was only meant to come here for a few minutes to take the battery out, and now I've decided I want to try and give it its first start up. So I've checked the fuel tank. It's completely empty, which is actually good. It means the carb has more chance of being clean, although it doesn't exactly work like that. So all I'm going to do at this stage is pour some petrol in, check for leaks, use the kickstart, try and start it up. That's what you're going to see me doing over the next couple of minutes. So it's still slightly leaking, but we will get an idea if this bike starts or not. Now, I don't expect the bike to start, if I'm being honest. I'll be pretty shocked if it does. And the next step would be looking at the electrics. So let's give it a few kicks and just see. As I said, I'd be pretty shocked if that did fire up. I would have thought the carb needs a clean after hanging around for a while. I'm going to actually try and boost it using my battery. Give another shot. You shouldn't hold the starter for more than 10 seconds at a time, otherwise it burns out. You had something new. The new fuel will be cleaning the old fuel out of the carb at the moment. It won't be perfect at this stage. It will definitely need a carb clean, which I'll do tomorrow. But it'd be nice to tell if this is a running engine or not. Choke will be on. The idle is high or the choke is on, but it is running. The exhaust is very loud, it's got the hole in it, I knew that. I'm going to be patching that tomorrow somehow. If I have to, I'll buy a new exhaust. I may even have one in there in my garage. But that's actually so far so good. In reality, you shouldn't mess with the idle at this stage because it needs to the choke needs to come off. Now this stuff, there's no way in hell going to repair this size hole. What I am going to do is use this stuff first, and then I'm going to put some sort of metal clip over it to make sure it is fully secured. As I said, I'm very willing to put a new exhaust on. Let's see if it fires up again. So for now, for today, that's all I'm really going to do. I've taken the front caliper off to see if I can get the nuts and bolts loosened, meaning I've squirted fluid in to give them a night to rest. Let me sort out the fuel dripping issue. It's not safe at this point, obviously. I still think just a better screwdriver will clamp that clamp up enough. But I'm very pleased. The bike starts and appears to run. So tomorrow I believe this bike will be ready to at least run up and down the road just to see what it's like. As always, thanks for watching. This may not be the end of the video because I'll add bits to it, but I really appreciate people watching the videos and maybe even finding them useful. $50cc part 2 sticker removal. So for now, that's about it. All of this residue, I've got a product that will take that off, and the same everywhere. And this panel here, I've got a replacement panel for, because obviously there's that big hole in it. See now realistically how clean we can get this panel. I want it to look back to factory really, or as close as possible. Now this is a metal cleaner. It should take off the residue well, but you can't leave it on too long because it will burn off the paint. See, you can buy a lot of bikes fairly cheap. You can negotiate, you can get prices down, just because they're a bit messy. And actually you can buy some very basic products and clean them up. Sticker removing is one of the biggest earners for me.
Yeah, not bad, mate. Yeah.
Now that'll get another clean at some point, and then a final polish probably before it's ready for sale. You can see it's a slow process, but what we've gone from and what we've gone to makes a world of difference. This is the new mud guard. It's brand new. Oh sorry, bad filming. It's brand new. It goes on in there. I think taking the front wheel off will be the easiest option, although it may or may not have to. My battery was getting low, so I stopped it for a bit and I've continued the work with the camera off. I've put the new mudguard on. That's actually a brand new mudguard, although now I've made it messy. I put the caliper back on. I've done a very basic service on the caliper. It actually needs new brake pads to be MOT-able. I just haven't got the time to do that because I'm not going to be here. I'm going on holiday on Monday. What else? I'm going to be removing... I've got a replacement lens for that, and I've got a replacement panel for that. So the next part is I'm going to be stripping the bike down, that panel only. Oh, and I forgot, we need to get the old petrol line back in and bolted properly. In fact, that is the next step. I'll catch you up when I've done that and it's tested. So there you go, there's a new clip on there, this one. It is very tight. I have no doubt that that shouldn't leak, although I should test it before changing that panel. What I think I'm going to do is take off this panel and then test it, just to give me more room to work with. So here we are, side panel's off now, it's there. It's in pieces on the floor. Next step is to test and make sure the fuel doesn't leak out of here. I feel like it shouldn't, but I'm going to check anyway. The tap's okay now. I just needed to put a new bolt in. I put in that Allen bolt so I could get it tighter. The original head had rounded. There is fuel in it, so that's all good. New side panel can go on next. So the new rear panel's on and the new rear light lens. The old one's down here. I actually thought I was only buying a lens, but they sent me the whole thing with a bulb. Now, it'd be really silly while having panels loose not to check all the electrics now. So that's the next step. I'm going to plug in the battery, see what we look like for electrics. Moment of truth, the battery's in. We're looking for some sort of lights, horn, electric start, indicators. We'll see what we've got. Got both indicators. Horn doesn't work. Got both brake lights. Front light. We've got high beam and low beam, as well as a starting and running engine. This bike so far was delivered to me yesterday and could be advertised safely today. It's got fuel in it, it's running, all the lights work. It needs one front right panel put on, which I'll put on next. That's brand new in a packet. It's got an MOT for another 6 months. And it drives. I've sorted the front brake out, although the front brake pads are low, they'll need changing soon. I'll check the oil just to make sure it's topped up, and of course that there's some in there. But otherwise, indicators work, brakes work, tyres look good. what I really need to do is take this out for a spin. I'm letting the bike warm up while I give it one final polish, and then I'm going to take it for a spin. I'll try and bring you with me, but I'm not sure if that'll work. Now that the choke's off, I need to lift the idle a little. I adjusted it yesterday when the choke was still on. So that's pretty much it. I'm not doing any more on this bike today, especially for the price it's going to fetch. It's going to fetch around £500. It's been de-stickered, it's been cleaned, it's been shined, it's had a brand new mudguard put on. The front brake caliper has been cleaned because it was seized, so it's now safe to use. It's not safe like that. The wrap stuff I did didn't work, so I've used gum, which is an exhaust paste, and some exhaust wrap. That's much better now. The exhaust has been de-rusted, so that's all good. The box has been taken off, it was no good, it didn't work anyway. I need to cable tie that front brake line higher, but that's fine, I'll do that in a moment. Oil's good, oil's brand new, I just checked it. And it has plenty of gearbox oil in there too. The bike starts, runs and rides, everything works, except for of course the horn button. It drives at 30 to 35 mile an hour. It's definitely still restricted, this bike, which in many ways is actually a good thing. All the brake lights work, all the indicators work, and it's got a few months MOT on it. For £500, it's a good bike, I'm sure. Well, that is, you know, an exact one-day project there. I didn't put this panel on in the end because it was too much hassle, but I've got a brand new one under the seat. Seat lock works, steering lock works, and that's about it. This I believe will sell today, this evening or tomorrow, no problem. Been away for a week. I've got some updates. I advertised this moped before I went on holiday for £500. Because it needed the horn button and the front speeder cable. I got lots and lots of silly offers for kind of £300, which I didn't accept. So while I was on holiday, I ordered the horn button and I ordered the speedo cable. So then everything on this bike will be working and it will be MOT'd. It should be worth closer to £700 advertised price. It should sell for between 5 and 7, no problem. So I'm gonna play this video, or record even. I'm gonna show you putting on the button and the line, and I'm also going to put on this side panel which I've got under the seat. I'm gonna let this video just record basically, and it's gonna be quite a long one, but I'll also do an edited version. I'll do 2 versions. So if you want to see the ins and outs of how to do these bits, then watch the longer one. If you're just looking into the project quickly, then watch the shorter one. First thing we need to do is take these top panels off. It's normally a couple of screws and a couple of clips. And this one might just be taped on. I'll resolve that if it is. I then need to get into here to screw on the new side panel. That shouldn't take too long. I need to take this off anyway to run the new speedo cable. and yeah, then this will be advertised again, but as a fully working running bike with an MOT, and it should sell over the next couple of days. I'll then be introducing you to the Scrambler project, which I really want to start today actually, so I'm going to get on with this. If at any point you want any more info or help with your bikes or questions needing answered, then you can just write a comment at the bottom of the video. Alright. That holds the panel on more than anything else. definitely super glue on these panels. Which is not great. Super glue down here. Got a plan. Check your connections before going any further. Close. So I stopped that video for a bit because that wire wasn't correct and it needed some adapting, which was a right pain actually. But it is on there now and it should work, although I'm not holding my breath. The old horn button. It's a new one. it's light screws, you don't put in too tough or it cracks the lens every time. These connectors will only go into their own spaces. They won't fit anywhere else. Sadly for now, I haven't got a screw clip to go onto there, so a little bit of Gorilla tape. Before I do anything else, I'm going to fire it up to see if the speedo works. I've got a feeling it won't. It's been sitting a week. that bike is now complete. We've got the horn, you've heard that a few times, the side panels on, the speedo cable's on and working. Exhaust has been repaired and works fine. It's running well. I need to cable tie this up here, there's a specific spot for it. But now this will be sold as a complete runner with everything working. I'll have to put a touch of glue on that, I think that's snapped. But you know, it's a £500 to £600 bike and someone will love it. It's done no miles, I mean it's done 6,000 kilometres, these are in kilometres, 8,000 kilometres, so about 5,000 miles. And it's still restricted, so they've been very gentle miles. So that, until this actually sells, is it for this bike. New cables down there, you can see it. Horn works, you heard it. Panels are on, looks nice. That's the seller. I'll get that advertised right away.